Ron.
Okay, but there's still Tennessee. Not for long, George. I'm taking that now, too.
Yeah, it's over for you, George.
I'm still in it. Right off, I'm taking all of the territory bonuses away.
Wait, is this already game over or something?
Bill still has 14 troops and that's the biggest black troops.
I wonder if 14 troops will be enough to interrupt all of your territory bonuses.
Probably not.
Well, there's always the possibility of getting a card bonus too after a couple of turns, right?
That is exactly why I have to play this territory.
I need it to be my turn already. There's too much purpose.
All right, Bill, I'm going to swing it back to you.
Let's go!
I'm curious to see how you go about it.
Well, I think I'll start it off by interrupting the Southwest Coast.
Okay, that's fair. Yes. What else you got?
Honestly, I think I'm going to take over some of the Northeast territory now. Just chill for now. Whoa, hold on now, Bill. Wouldn't it be better for you to try taking away all of the Rock's territory bonus? Well, Rock has an incoming troop bonus from his car.
That is
So I'm not sure if it would matter.
I don't think you're making the right move here, Bill.
I don't think it matters.
Are you sure?
I took away a couple of bonuses and I don't want to spread out my... Okay, so playing aggressively, but also playing defensively. That's nice.
Thanks, Donald. I don't think Bill has a chance of winning this game, though.
George, it's still worth the attempt, damn it.
For real.
Weren't you the one that said it's not over till it's over, George?
What about
What happened to that mom?
that only applies to George and George?
Of course it does.
Well, Barack has been taking the Northeast now. He's taking the right now. George was supposed to do it with another one. Okay, just stating the fact.
So remind me again as to why you're talking.
I can talk.
You got third place.
No place that matters except the first place.
Oh, is that so?
So if you don't get first place, then we're in the same boat.
Anyway, Baran, are you done with your turn?
Yeah, basically, one last friend with Bill. I'm curious to see how Bill does on this one. Does it really matter?
What you got for us, Bill? Well, I can only interrupt a few of Barlock's territory bonuses and call it there.
So in other words, you just go right.
Can I at least try? They gave you the same opportunity. Thanks for that, Barlock. Okay, so 14 troops, huh?
Don't delusional about it. This is not helping.
You were literally holding on to life when you had one troop left in Tennessee. And all you said was that the job wasn't finished.
Well, it was. It's fine, Bill. We're going to be
Well, I got to end my turn there.
That's fine.
I'm not sure I did enough damage to you, Barlock, but it was still worth the attempt, Bill. It's respectable to see you fly like this.
Are we handing out participation awards or something?
Jesus Christ.
How soft is this generation just now?
Just finish me off already, Barlock.
Well, I'm definitely going for that.
Can you just finish Bill off this turn?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Hurry up, Barack. Why just notice the 6 troops and make the building so probably not. Keep attacking. And then I have the effect of you to take over Washington. Oh, I couldn't do that all in one turn.
Jesus Christ, George, can you literally calm the hell down?
I got places to be and we basically know the results of this game, so I just wanted to turn and set out.
George, if you got places to be, you can leave now if you want.
For real, it's fine. I'll stick around for the end of the
Then just be patient with you.
I am.
Barlock is going to finish me off next turn. Dan Barack, I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
What's up?
Well, when was the last time you won in risk?
Dude, it's amazing.
I figured that.
I think the last time I won was like our first or second time playing this game.
Well, you're about to snap your losing streak right here and now, Barlock. That's some good stuff.
I know, right? It feels like I'm LeBron James winning the first NBA championship.
Change that to
And I quote, it's about James Harden. But it's overrated. What? So are you calling yourself overrated?
Okay, focus on your girlfriend, Texas, George.
Exactly.
What the hell?
Now that I think about it, that's probably why I lost. What are you talking about, George? Don't you guys see it? Texas is crazy. That's why I lost. Let's get Texas.
Come on, George, don't be a sore loser.
I'll still give Barack his credit. Thank you for that. But I'm telling you all now.
Here we go again.
Texas is not frozen on time, which it probably won't. And so is yours. Back on track for the dominating win.
Like you always say, George, let's talk more action. Okay, this isn't about George. This is about Barlock.
I don't care who you guys are thinking about right now.
You sure?
I'm just glad I'm getting to the real. I think it's time for me to go since this game is coming to an end now. Sounds good. You're coming to that first place next game. Exactly.
And just like that, boys, another game of risk is in the bag. How are you guys feeling right now?
New Walmart Delivery Pass. Unlimited grocery deliveries for $8.97 per month or $89 per year.
Because I had hoped that it would stop him from simping all the damn time.
Yeah, I get that.
The fact how he still simps over me sometimes. I don't get it. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, Dan, Joe left the group and was unhappy with George's constant hate line. That's true. No matter what I tell George as the man, he doesn't listen.
And then I was thinking about how Bill will be joining one of my gaming sessions soon.
Jesus Christ, dude. I think you and Donald have been doing a really good job of not responding to George's nonsense. Thanks, Bill. I just don't know what's going to happen with George.
And it's not like we can control it either.
Exactly my point.
Like we can tell him what we want, but it's ultimately up to him to say it.
You're not wrong about that, Ron. I was wondering why Bill was actually more aggressive towards George all of a sudden.
Right.
But it makes sense now. Especially with Joe coming so soon.
Exactly.
I knew I had to change something with my approach with George. He wasn't changing much, so I had to try appreciate what you have until it's gone.
I think Joe can come back.
I hope so.
But I'm more concerned with George because that's more of an uncertainty.
Can I ask you guys something? Of course, Bill. What's up? George went on this huge break, right? Yeah? What exactly happened?
Long story short, Bill,
I'm all ears.
George became incredibly hostile towards Don and Bill and I over one of the games. He made things personal and eventually got to the point where he wanted to take a break.
That sounds about right.
Honestly, it makes me wonder. He said he would take the time away. What exactly did he do? And more importantly, did he like to come back or something?
Jesus Christ, Barack. Now you got me thinking about what happened months ago.
I just wish everything was okay like you said, Don.
Let's just take it one day at a time, okay, guys? Sounds like a plan.
I got you, Bill.
Then let's call it here, okay? Sounds good. Even though all of this is going on, I just want to congratulate you on your win bar run. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out, guys.
Until then, boys. What about you, Joe?
I'm super excited for the next one. Last time I thought I was figuring things out. Hopefully I can start off well and never look back to this game.
Yeah, well, after my choke job last game, I need to get first place. Like always, I will not settle for anything but first place. Let's see this, boys.
Sounds good. Just a quick note before we start. We will be playing the Oasis map since got the bench on the list. And we will only be playing 10 holes since 18 is way too long for the four of us. In addition, I turned on collision mode so that will spice things up for this game.
Okay, that seems fair. Let's do this, boys.
Can't wait. Let's start the game, Barack.
Yeah, I need to get first place. This is our third game, so I need to do all the possibilities, not messing around. Okay, I'm starting the game up now. Just keep in mind that the color of our balls like to mix up with each other in the beginning. So just make sure it's your turn before you go.
We got you, Barack. Man, I don't think I played on this map. I'm excited.
Stay here. Well, I can have the same color as Bill's shot. You should have done less than 2 balls.
It means to say that now I have to see both Joe and George go. Let's see what you're made of.
All right, just watch me, boys. You seriously just tell George to put in less power when you do the same exact thing? Yeah, I don't need to hear what you just said. Let's see if Donald can benefit from our turn.
Well, I'm going to put slightly less than 2 bars of power in this shot.
Nice one, Donald.
Of course, I can set up this line position to complete this whole next turn.
That only happened because we were your lab rat.
All right, chill out, Barack.
There we go again.
My shot. Hopefully, I can get a good angle next turn. Well, that's definitely a good angle, Joe. That was a productive shot.
More like a lucky shot.
All right, let's focus on the shot here. Barack, here's what I'm on.
Are you serious, George? You just needed your shot without putting much thought into it. Now we're going to start off by being last place.
That's good for now. Let's see what you got, Barack.
Like Joe. Whoa. Shot from this angle is the way to go. At least I'll be able to complete the whole next turn.
I guess we will always shoot this hole in a reasonable amount of percent.
Pass.
Except for George, that is.
Seriously, Donald?
Yup, deal with it.
Literally the first hole.
So
Why
what?
are you talking so much right now?
That's because you and Barack were talking smack to Donald and I the entire time last game.
Fact.
We're just matching the enemy. Ignore them, George. This is your dad. Focus on yourself or else you're going to fall too behind.
Are you serious right now? I barely missed the hole right there.
Just don't do anything risky, George. In 2 attempts, you should be able to complete this hole.
Okay, Barack, what do you have to say?
I was able to finish on par. I'm just trying to give you advice on how you should approach this situation.
Never to give you, we can't be
Wow.
serious with this. I said, completed this hole a long time ago.
I think it's only the first hole, George. You'll be fine.
Well, it's not going to get any easier. Let's see what happens.
Oh, my scouts.
From first place, then I don't care.
All right, Barack. I'm curious to see how you approach this since you don't typically go first out of the four of us.
Well, I didn't know how to approach this, so let's see where I end up landing.
There's no way you get it in the hole, though, right?
Sessions coach is on. Oh, fuck.
Nice try, Barack. All right, Donald, what do you got for us?
I'm just going to aim right at the hole.
I wish you would. What the hell? Thank God.
I'm gonna take on that outfit. I need to save that money.
That's tough, Donald. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, really now?
Unlike you, I won't aim straight at the hole. And I'm going to take it slow as well.
Oh, yeah, because that definitely works right now, George.
Let's start with the Warriors are out there all together.
Okay, I've heard enough of you, Joe. Bring it up with your turn.
I'm just going to take the simple approach. Just aim straight ahead with around half power.
You better not add more over here, Joe.
You're not getting it down, Joe. Screw this. What are we supposed to do with three of us pumped up like this, huh?
What was I supposed to do about that? All right, well, I'm just going to shoot straight and hold it tilted into the hole. This is so stupid, guys. What are you even supposed to do on this hole?
I can't relate to the two Donald and all the same things.
It won't matter if you don't get it in here, Donald.
12 ball,
Oh,
nice.
that was stupid.
Hold that hell down.
Shut the hell up, Ron. How about you play better?
How about I do this and mess everything up?
You can't be serious. Whoa. What is going on? This is the second time you've done this. You are literally throwing like that. Moving past that, I'm going to put enough power so I can tilt enough to get in the hole. Let's Papa Joe cook.
Well, this angle looks promising so far.
There's no way Joe gets this in before us. Are you being
What
for
the
real
hell
right
is
now?
that?
I was
Thank
basically
God.
over the hole, and you mean to tell me that I somehow slipped over it like that? Well, the move is to probably put enough power in it so it has time to rotate over to the hole. How'd you figure that? Watch me, boys.
Oh boy, let's see this.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay, I don't know how the hell we're supposed to complete this hole. This slant is just complete yet. All right, let's see you then, Donald.
Okay, what was that?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
I couldn't do much this. Joe had to be there unfortunately. This entire hole is full of it.
Let's see if I can make something happen.
Yeah, I doubt
There
that.
has to be a way.
Yeah, no, yes, we'll see. You're not making anything.
Okay, I'm officially convinced that there is no way someone can actually get their ball in the hole.
Okay, both of you guys need to calm down. Joe will
Wait,
get
are
it
you
in right
serious
here.
right now? Wait, the ball is still moving. That's what I'm talking about. Papa Joe is doing his thing right now. I literally have no idea how to do this hole, so I'm just going to eat this.
Why would you
Okay,
do
what
that,
the hell is
Ron?
going
That
on?
was just a waste of an attempt.
This hole is full of it, Donald. It doesn't matter. I'm tilted right now.
Just because you are frustrated, you can't throw this game away. Look at this. I'm approaching this calm, cool, and collected, and because of that, I was able to complete this hole with a double bogey.
Okay, but watch George. Okay, I'm watching.
See, I don't know how to do this.
I don't think anyone knows how to do
I feel
it.
like I approached this similarly to you, Donald, and I didn't accomplish anything.
If you guys stop getting so frustrated, this hole isn't as bad as it seems.
Okay, but
Just
what was
stay
I
calm.
supposed to do then? You two should be able to get it in this turn since you're right next to the hole.
Okay, this angle looks promising, George.
Let's see.
It's about half time I can shot this hole. Come on, Barack, you can do the same thing.
All right, I think I know what I have to do here.
And that should go in as well.
And it did, finally. That's a good shot, Barack.
Damn, Barack and I are falling behind. Why are you and Donald being nice to us even though we're losing to you guys?
At the end of the day, this is a game. I'm not going to sit here and be toxic.
It's a nice little friendly competition, but I don't want to get too extreme, you see.
Well, damn, I feel like I've been messed up for you two then.
Yes, same here. I apologize for my toxicity from the last time we played golf with your friends.
You're good, Barack.
But back to the game. Don't worry about it. Somehow this hole is easier than the last one.
Yeah, it actually makes me feel confident that I can complete this within a couple of attempts.
Dan, that was a good shot.
Damn
You'll be able to complete the hole in this next attempt of yours. Let me guess, George.
What's up,
Put more
Barack?
power into the shot because you saw me unable to get over the hump, huh?
Come on, Barack. You know that's what sucks the most about going first.
Back.
I went first a lot last game, and now it's happening with you.
Back. Man, I was so close to getting a hole in one there. Not close enough to know I can get a hole in one.
You have to be right here, both Joe.
Well, let me add to everyone being clumped up together.
Jesus Christ.
King Donald is making his way
What in
over.
the hell was that? Whoa. Thank you,
Yeah, I
Donald,
don't see
for
what's going
once.
on.
You actually helped me out.
This game is nonsense.
You're fine,
How I
Donald.
hit Barack's ball and beat him over the hump, and I still have to get over the hump myself. That's stupid.
I think that's a skill issue, Donald.
What's also stupid is that Joe is in the way.
Don't even think about it.
When you just like watch it, mess everything up.
What's going on?
You can't be serious right now, George.
Well, I am.
I'm trying to help Barack make a comeback against Donald and I. Are you that desperate?
Joe, don't act all frustrated now. You were literally in front of me. What option did I have?
Maybe don't eat the damn ball every time. That's just messed up. Joe, it's not like he has any option.
Okay, just quiet down for a sec. Let me get this in real quick.
Wow, that was a really good shot, Donald. Yeah, I got to hand it. The fact that you did that casually. Nice one.
And once again, you guys are forgetting about me. What about my shot, huh?
Well, you were quite far away from the first place, George. Maybe close the gap a bit in your top.
Back.
Okay, I'm not too far off from you, too.
Okay,
Christ, really?
Okay, Donald, if you and Joe don't increase the gap, then there's no point sticking your chest out right now.
Whoa, hold on now. Who said the gap wasn't going to increase?
Whoa,
Is this game for real right now?
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's my very first hole in one.
All right, chill out. Let me just copy that real quick. I don't go hole in one stuff.
Don't worry about that, Donald. Let's see what you got. You can listen to your kids out.
What the hell? My God.
Okay, guys, it's okay. You're not getting closer to that, Donald.
And with that, Donald,
I didn't ask
I'm
you.
slowly but surely lessening the gap between us. No pressure, though. All right, it's my turn.
Okay, what the hell is that for rock? You just love eating your balls, huh?
I mean, who doesn't love cleaning and eating their balls around Donald?
All right, get the hell out of here with your sus crap, Joe.
I'm going to put less power on the rock. I'm sure it'll work out.
Oh, yeah, that definitely worked out, Donald.
Seriously, the rock, you're literally all the way back there. Why are you talking?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, really
The
now?
Abominator will do his thing and complete the hole before you.
I'd like to see you try the rock.
How's that, Donald?
What?
I told you that alligator got before you. I'm making the comeback for you. All right, Donald, you can still get it in. Just take a deep breath.
Come on!
You're falling apart, Donald.
I'm close to getting my ball in the hole.
A lot of people can't do it, Donald. It's okay if you're one of them.
All right, shut the hell out of here. I don't need to hear anything from you.
Maybe you should, Donald.
Oh, really now?
You're lead from the hip and you're only up two against George and I.
So what?
The friends suggest that we will complete this comeback. You don't know what to do. I don't have to say it. We know.
Okay. Don't get toxic now, Mariah. I'm all for trash talking friendly competition, but that's taking it too far.
All right, fine, you're right. That's my bad.
You're all good, but I wonder if someone is going to eat their ball and collide to mess everything up.
You think George, right? That's all he does.
All right, Joe, shut the hell up. Let's see if you can even make it up here.
Excuse me?
It's pretty easy to make it up there. Who's in first place right now, huh?
Fact.
Guys,
What's wrong?
isn't it George's turn next? George, you don't have to do this.
Now, fuck that. I'm eating this shit.
Are you serious with this right now, George?
I'm a good man. Look where you are, George.
I don't even know where the hell you guys are.
Well, I gotta say, George,
Fuck this
you
shit.
helped me once again. You really are the fuck.
Nice
How do I take
work,
that shot?
What was that, Barack? I mean, what now?
You are my bitch.
Excuse me?
Okay, you guys can solve your relationship issues later. I need to figure this shit out.
Let's see what happens here then.
So I'll be able to fix this whole next turn. Hey, what's up? King Donald all the way, bitches.
That was a productive turn. Now where the fuck am I?
I guess we'll see.
What kind of fucking angle is that? How the hell did you still stay up there? And of course, I don't get to stay in bounds. Get wrecked, Joe. Not bullshit. That's called a skill issue. You guys do a lot of shit talking to someone who's in first fucking place.
Whatever, Joe. Watch and learn.
Learn what George, how to be in last fucking place and how to stay in last fucking place.
Big facts.
What the fuck was that shot?
Yeah, even I can't defend that, George. I'll be waiting for the rest of you guys.
Damn, that must hurt, huh, George?
What the fuck are you talking about, Donald?
Even your boyfriend
Fuck off.
can't defend you. Fuck you up.
All right, well, I think I know what I have to do now, but I have to do it for the You just seen our last one and figure it out, so it's about that time. Shut the fuck up, Barack. George the bitch ass literally beating you over here.
Why is everyone calling me a bitch ass?
Because you are indeed a bitch ass.
All right, how about you guys just focus on completing the hole?
How about you shut the
We don't
fuck
have
up?
all day.
All right, Joe, let's see.
Every fucking time, you bounce me in and then it bounces me out. This is some horse shit.
Calm your senile kitties, Joe. You need to take a deep breath, okay? I don't want you to throw away first place like that. You've been playing well all game long.
All right, fine, I'll try this one. Here we go again. That's what I'm talking about.
Good shit,
At
Joe.
least I'll be able to salvage some part of my lead. George, what are the actual fucking doing right now?
I'll just copy Joe. Watch this.
What the fuck?
George, you are literally sitting the bed right now.
Fact.
There's no chance you'll be able to make any kind of comeback after this hole. Even Joe got it in before you do it. Come on.
And what the fuck is that supposed to mean, Barack? Joe has been
Fuck this game. This is my favorite bullshit.
He's been playing well, so you can fuck off with your bullshit.
Okay, you guys are distracted.
Oh, really
Focus
now?
up here so I can make a comeback.
Okay, George. You are the literal definition of that. What is the actual fuck is going on right now?
Okay. Let George cook. Watch the board.
You're burning the entire place down with your shitty cooking story.
All right, fine. Don't worry, guys.
Nobody is worried,
I will
believe
get
me.
through this next turn of mine.
This is an accident waiting to happen. Will you stop sitting in bed, George? Don't you think you've already done that enough? Get it together.
All right, I assure you guys that this next turn of mine will be a good one.
It's about damn time, George. Even I was falling asleep in your shitty play.
Should we fucking sing hallelujah to that goddamn miracle?
Fuck off,
Well,
Joe. Nobody wants to hear you sing hallelujah. I will make an amazing comeback. Just you watch.
George, you are down bad.
Fuck! I want to get first place. I can't believe I jumped it away.
Well, I guess the Abominator is still very much in the game.
It's about damn time we got to a new hole. I'm not sure how to really approach this, so I'll just play it safe so I can remain in contention for first place. Unlike that.
All right, Joe, I understand the shit talking, but you gotta make sure you don't push this shit again.
Well, that's not going to happen, Barack. I'm going to play it as smart and safe as possible to ensure that I remain in contention for first place.
Not bad, but I think I know what to do here.
Let's see if you're
I'm gonna put a little extra power in my socks in case you guys.
What the fuck?
Danny, we're not kidding about that. You Barack Scott. We guarantee you get it in the next try.
Nobody asked for your analysis, George. Focus on yourself.
As tough as that is, George, Donald is right here. You have a lot of ground to make up.
Wait, where's this path going to take you, Donald?
Are you fucking serious right now?
Let's go.
What was the point of my golden shot? That's all it takes to get it in the hole.
All right, well, I can do the same thing. Why don't you fix it?
Are you sure you can do something that simple?
What does it look like I'm doing, Joe? Don't underestimate me.
Well, it's about damn time that you did something good, George.
Ain't that?
I would get that you even got a hole in one earlier because of the shit you did last hole.
I'm able to do the same thing. I'm still keeping up with first place. You've been playing well, Joe. I just hope that you don't lose to Barack or George.
I wonder why you say that, Donald.
Because I've been supportive of Joe's improvement while you guys have tried to bring him down.
Is it being supportive or is it you driving?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, George. I can't hear you when you're way in last place.
Fuck you, Joe. The gap between first and third place is almost gone.
You're not wrong about
This is a
that.
super exciting game, I must admit.
Okay, but what the fuck are you doing? I have no fucking Joe. Let's see what happens.
What the fuck are you doing, Donald? Fucking up the player should use your camera to catch the hole.
The living says, many have come. Right.
You, that's succeeded. We're never the same again.
Mr. Legend, we retreat to play Old Trafford, only with Casillero del Diablo.
All right.
You can use the camera to scout my hole, Barack.
This is exactly why I'm losing.
Oh, really?
You guys are all distracted.
What the fuck was that shot at?
That shit. And Donald constantly fucking talking.
George, don't come up with shitty excuses for your shitty play. Yeah, for real, but let's see what you can do about this hole, Barack.
You aimed it too far to the right. Bob, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, yeah?
I think you're supposed to click the left side of that pillar so you can bounce onto the court.
Okay, let me take a look and try doing that then. Hopefully I can take advantage of you guys' mistake. That's one way to go about it.
Let's see.
And once again, Joe is fucking up. Nothing new here, ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody needs or wants your shitty commentary, George, for real.
All right, let's see if you can solve this, Donald.
I feel like you do have to click the left side of the pillar.
Let's see what happens then.
Don't worry, Donald, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Why the fuck are you still talking shit, George? For real. It's literally becoming irrelevant.
Okay, I'll change that then by landing onto the course during this turn of mine.
Are you actually being serious right now? What the fuck are you doing?
How do you even explain yourself to that garbage place, George?
I'll explain it by saying it's not over till it's over.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just going to disregard what George said and focus on clicking the left side of the left pillar.
I'm genuinely confused. I don't know how to go about this. But it's not like Barack was able to get on the course there. Even though we bounced on the rim, that wasn't good enough, so I don't know what the fuck to do.
I'm sure you'll figure it out, Joe.
You got this, Joe.
Are you going to try a different approach, Joe?
I don't think so. He's bouncing off the railing was the closest we got to making progress with this, Joe. Let's find that step.
And once again, we bounced off the railing. How the fuck are you supposed to solve this?
It's time for me to make my amazing comeback.
Fuck out of here with your bullshit.
Fuck you all, man.
Donald, what's your strategy here?
I got to try the same thing. Nothing else has worked at all. I mean, eventually it has to work, right?
Honestly, at this point, I don't even know Joe.
Let me just try this point. Go for it then. Good luck.
Here we go.
And the same fucking animation happens. We bounce off the pillar, we bounce off the railing once, and then we eat shit out of bounds.
All right, it's my turn to try something. Watch me, boys.
With all due respect, George, I forgot you were fucking here.
Whoa, hold on now. I think I just got the blueprint of how we could fix this hole out of all people. It was Jordan's vision.
Seriously? How many times will I be called a bitch ass?
Until you win a game, George, don't take it personally. Nice try, Barack. I think we all have the same idea as to how we approach this now. Let's see how you do this, Joe. Good luck to you.
The ball is 2-4. We're going to land on the other side.
Hell no.
Nice one, Joe. Stop there and try to get on the other side.
What was that, George? I wasn't going to make it to the other side.
Fuck off, Joe. We all know that was lucky as hell, am I right, boys?
No, you are not right, George. Now you're being the toxic.
Nice one, Donald. Good shit, Donald. And George, whatever. I was getting fucked with them last time we were playing golf with your friends.
Like hell you will.
But I learned my lesson there. There's a difference between being fucked and having friendly competition and trash talk.
Okay, well, I just got my ball to the other side and nobody is giving me respect.
George, how many times do I have to say that respect is earned, not given back?
All right, it's my turn to replicate what you guys did.
Good luck to you, Barack.
Are you talking about that right now? How in the hell does that happen when I essentially copied beer and what you guys did?
I think that's called a skill issue.
All right, George, you need to get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Why are you such a hater towards Barack now?
Is it not a skill issue, though? He was still on the other side, for fuck's sake.
You You out of all people do not get to talk shit to her.
It's fine, Donald. I just need to focus up here and make sure that I can officially be competitive in the standings. I'm not trying to eat shit.
You definitely clutched up for getting to the other side of the rock. Nice.
It's about that time. Fuck.
Wait,
That's
what?
everybody's good. What an actual fuck is that for us?
Fuck up,
How did you mess up the shot like that?
Believe me, that pisses me the fuck off.
I know it
And I'm trying to
does.
remain competitive in the standings. A shot like that matters. Now I'm down 4.
It's all good, Barack. We still got a few holes left. After this hole, I'm just going to keep my shit straight.
Well, I guess that worked out for you well,
Fuck, I
Joe.
was so close.
Damn near got a hole in one again.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Joe. I thought it was going to go out of bounds and we needed your shot.
Listen to this, boys. I can put the same thing out the road there. I got a hole in one. Respect me, bitches.
How did George get a hole in one for doing the same shit I did?
I have no fucking clue, so hopefully I can do the same thing.
Fuck!
And my fucking bad pushing you out of the way, Joe.
It's fine, Barack. I still have a good angle to get it in next tournament. Hopefully I can get a hole in one. If memory serves correctly, Joe and I are tied right now.
Well, you guys are, but unfortunately for you, there's no hole in one happening.
Only I'm capable of getting a hole in one. I got it twice.
Yeah, and only you're capable of getting a hole in 12 to
Fuck you.
So I guess we're going to be tied.
We still have 2 holes to make something happen. It's not over till it's over.
You guys realize that I can still make a comeback, right?
The chances of that happening is like getting ripped like Dwayne the Rock Johnson George. It's just not happening.
Yeah, there's always one time, George, that one hole fucks you up too much.
I tell the kid, I still got a chance.
How hypocritical are you going to be, George? Fact. Last time we played golf with your friends, you said Donald and I were delusional for saying it's not over till it's over. Now you're doing the same thing. Fact.
I don't know what you're talking about, Joe.
Okay, well, either way, George, there is no way we're throwing this big of a lead. If we play it safely, you can kiss the hopes of your delusional ass, come back goodbye.
Let's talk more action, Rock.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, well, I'm going to replicate what you did. I'm not going to fuck my shit.
Smart one, goal, go get first place.
I'm really proud of your improvements from when we first played this game and now Joe.
Thanks, Donald.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a bit longer for your long-awaited first place.
Respect me, bitches.
Fuck, ain't no way to tell you that's the respect after that one, Joel. Come on, you're better than that.
Whatever you say, Rock. Let's see you take it back. Bullshit.
I most definitely will. Watch how the bomb is, brother. What got one thing I did about it? The goddamn hole keeping my shit out of bounds.
Excuses, and more excuses.
I don't know how those are excuses, George, when the pole was caught at 4 fucking K beating the rock shit out of
That's
bounds.
what I said.
But that won't change the fact I think Donald was so close to getting first place.
With all due respect, Donald, fuck off. I want that first place, please.
You gotta earn it, Joe. If you match what I do in these holes, then you will win.
Whoa. That's so fucking close, Joe. You don't want to choke away your 1 point lead.
Wait, what the fuck am I doing all the way back here? I thought I made it to the other side. I am so confused.
I am too.
Someone fucking explain to me what in the actual fuck is going on right now. Okay, to be honest, Joe, I can't explain that shit. I touched out of bounds before getting back on the course, and it's still a valid shot, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know if it's a glitch or there's something that happened during that shot that we didn't see.
Ultimately, I will accept the final score regardless of this, but I can't help but feel this frustrated. Fucking happened. I wish I had answers for you too, Joe. I wanted to win, but I don't want there to be any kind of uncertainty. Of course, I can't make up for that by getting this shot. It's okay. Right, Donald? Correct, Joe.
Are you guys watching me? I'm literally cooking right now. Nobody gives a fuck, George. Get over it.
George, I don't know how many times I have to tell you that you became irrelevant after you took 12 attempts to finish that one hole.
Okay, Joe, that was a fun shot. Fuck this kid for keeping us tied.
This is a prime example of Joe's growth. In our first game, Joe was inconsistent in hitting shots like that since he was using too much power or too little power. Good shit, Joe.
We're on the final hole, boys. Anything can happen.
Still super anxious. It's okay. I really hope that I can beat the guy. It would be absolutely devastating for you. I think you got a good shot at it. But this is the angle that I'm going to try working with. I'm not going to do anything risky. Slow and steady wins the race. Am I right, Joe?
You're right, but you barely have an angle. Thank God for that fucking sand.
Should I fuck more shit up?
Fuck off, George. Don't interfere in Donald and George got up the first place.
Yeah, seriously, George, that was a popular line.
All right, it's my turn to make something happen. I will also play this shit conservatively so I can beat the Irish Don. Thank fucking God you barely missed my ball there, Joe. Had you hit it, I doubt you would have had an angle that looks like Donald does.
Yeah, but now I can see the fuck Joe's shit up. He's right next to me.
Don't even fucking
Fuck
think
off,
about it,
George.
George.
Okay, it's your turn now, Donald. Let's see how you do it.
Well, I'll just set myself up in a prime position to get it in next turn. This is going to come down to
not wrong about that, Joe. I wish you two the best of luck.
Thanks,
In
George.
the meantime, I will once again keep Gerard
Wait, what?
out of here.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
That was pretty fucking
How many
funny,
times
Rock.
do you
I'm
have
not going to
to
lie.
How many does that was? I gotta make sure I don't fuck up here. I'm gonna play this safely once again. Jesus fucking Christ, Joe, you were once again close to fucking this shit.
That's a tough one to hit in, Joe. It will be up to you to get that shot in if you want to have the game tied up when it's all said and done.
Yeah, so George did that.
Yes, I did that. I have the choice to take the longer path.
All right, buckle up, boys. This turn will determine everything. I need to get this shot in. Damn, Donald, you did that with no hesitation. That was clean as fuck. Thanks, Joe. It's going to be up to you if you want to tie this thing up. All the time you fucked up with aim and power. That will be put to the test once again. This is your time, Joe. Let's see what you got.
The moment's truth. This fucking anxiety.
Here it goes.
Look promising.
Good shit, Joe. I'm so fucking proud of you for that. Let's fucking go. I'm so fucking happy. You deserve to be. At least a tie for first place. I feel super good about my performance, and I'm confident that I can get first place next time we play.
Holy fucking shit, this is a super entertaining game. I love the collision mode. I think that will be something we keep moving forward. What do you guys think?
I definitely think so. And with that, boys, another game of golf with your friends is in the books. Good game for all of you guys. This was a super entertaining game, and I can't wait to play another one with you guys.
GG to you all. Like Donald said, this is a fun game, and I can't wait for us to play now. Even though I got third place, I will be striving more than ever to get back to first place. I gotta go for now, but we will coordinate once again to figure out a time we can play next.
GG boys. I felt like I had a pretty solid game with the exception of that one hole when I took 12 attempts to complete it. Other than that, I know I can do better. If I clean up on a few things which includes ensuring that I don't fuck up that badly, then I will once again compete for first place. GG.
I am glad that I was able to tie for first place. I have big goals, and I know I have made improvements ever since my first game, but I am striving to get first of all.
You all. Sounds good. Peace out, boys.
Till next time, you guys.
Until then, boys.
See you guys.
Ooh.
You're watching Vinyl and Puma Gaming. What's up guys, back with another Fallout 4 countdown video, and today I want to go over some of what I think are your best options for guns and weapons in Fallout 4's early game stages. Now, this list will combine practical non-unique weapons along with some exceptionally unique weapons that can be obtained very early on. Before we start, I've picked the following weapons based on the following criteria. Number 1, all of these weapons must be obtained in what I would consider to be early game areas. This excludes areas like the Glowing Sea, Southwest Boston, Southeast Boston, and Northeast Boston. And the furthest east that you can go would be places like Old North Church and Pigman's Gallery. However, no further south than that, and no further north than Bunker Hill. Number 2, none of these weapons can require any DLC. DLC areas are early game areas and are usually visited much later on in a playthrough. Number 3, all of these weapons must be either quest rewards or picked up in specific locations. None of these weapons can be purchased from vendors, the idea being that you may not have the necessary bottle caps that early on. Number 4, all of these weapons must be obtainable before you encounter Kellogg at Fort Hagen and preferably before the player reaches level 15. And the fifth and final criteria, you shouldn't need a master hacking or lockpicking skill in order to get these weapons. And this would eliminate something like the Cryolator, which can be obtained in Vault 111, which is a early game area. And to pick Master Locks, you're going to need to be at least level 18. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and we'll start with our first weapon. Number 10, the Laser Musket. I'll admit that this was one that I initially hesitated to include. At the same time, the Laser Musket is going to be a better option for energy weapons that use fusion cell ammo until you're able to upgrade your laser rifles and pistols.
Oh shit, that's unfortunate. Oh fuck, that's not good actually.
The standard non-upgraded laser pistol or rifle. Now, there's a good chance that you probably have found this gun already, as you will get one if you go to Conquer and complete some of the quests there. Originally, I decided not to include this weapon, but then I thought about it, and a lot of the crafting materials that are used to upgrade laser weapons are fairly uncommon or rare. For example, resources like circuitry, crystal, plastic, fiberglass, gold, and other materials are going to be fairly uncommon for quite a while. And I would also say that even if you can find some of these materials, you're better off saving them for the construction of certain settlement objects like the radio beacon. So yes, while this isn't a great weapon later on in the game, my advice is to keep using the Laser Musket and just keep an eye out for random laser weapons that have better capacitors and better barrels. Once you find something like that, feel free to ditch the Laser Musket. Number 9, the Hunting Rifle. So the Hunting Rifle is a pretty decent gun to acquire and use really early on when you don't have the necessary components to upgrade other weapons. For example, maybe you don't have the supplies to upgrade one of the weapons I'm going to mention later on. And in that case, you should use the Hunting Rifle. Now, to get this particular weapon really early on, you can go to Walden Pond and enter the sewer. As you travel through and enter the very first area with the 2 raiders, kill them and check the duffel bag, and there should be a variant of the Hunting Rifle on top of it. This should be the closest location to Sanctuary that you are guaranteed to acquire a Hunting Rifle. Now this gun is going to be really good very early on in the game. Compared to most pipe weapons and the 10mm pistol that you start with, the Hunting Rifle is capable of dealing much more damage. For players that intend on using the Rifleman perk, the Hunting Rifle will always be superior to the pipe bolt-action rifle. Now, for pistol users on the other hand, this isn't the case because the pipe bolt-action rifle can be converted into a pistol, where the Hunting Rifle cannot.
Holy dude, in the row, oh my god!
It's really only good until you can get your hands on a combat rifle. And a lot of that is because
oh wow, that was like right on the door.
Combat rifle to achieve similar amounts of damage. Plus, 308 caliber ammo is more expensive than 45 ammo, and the base damage you're dealing with the combat rifle isn't that much lower. I'd recommend that you use this gun for some of the really early encounters, like in Concord, or maybe on your way to Diamond City. After that, your mileage is going to vary based on your perk investment, but what I can say is that the Hunting Rifle becomes worse as the game progresses. Number 8, the Big Jim. So the Big Jim is a pretty nice unique pipe wrench that's going to be a nice melee weapon for killing most creatures and animals very early on. To acquire it, you simply have to go to Walden Pond and enter the sewer pipe like you did for the hunting rifle. From there, you will need to kill 4 of the main raiders inside. In the last room, go up the small flight of stairs, turn right, and on one of the shelves to your left, you will see the big gyms.
Lavender, Terracinco, Denicinco, and Keller.
It's not
Oh my god, another dominant game.
As by other melee weapons like the Chinese officer sword in terms of damage once you've upgraded it. What makes the big gym great though is the legendary weapon effect that it bears. The kneecapper effect grants the player a 20% chance to cripple an enemy's leg. And while this effect doesn't work quite as well against humans because they can easily deal with stiff hacks, most creatures and animals don't have ways to allow them to quickly heal their limbs. And because of that, you can quickly impair these enemies, and they won't be able to get up and fight back. The kneecapper effect in particular is really good up against Yaoglai, Deathclaws, Behemoths, and other similar enemy types. Now, you may find that the kneecapper effect in general is going to be a little bit better on guns. And that's simply because the ability to take out an enemy's legs remotely is a little more appealing than doing so up close with melee. Especially with the Deathclaw because it can pick you up and throw you around. But even still, I think this is going to be a nice melee weapon very early on, and it's pretty easy to get, so I think I can recommend it. Number 7, the 44 pistol. Now, for veterans of Fallout 4, this one won't be too much of a surprise. It's possible to obtain a 44 pistol as soon as you leave Sanctuary. As you walk across the bridge leaving the area, take a left at the Minutemen statue. Walk along the shore.
Leo Paulson, wow, he is clutching.
And you should come across a circuit breaker. Flip it on and follow the wire up the rocks until you come across a skeleton. And right next to the skeleton, there should be both a 44 pistol as well as a couple of 44 caliber bullets. Now, the 44 caliber pistol is an awesome weapon this early on in Fallout 4. It's going to be at least 3 to 4 times stronger than the pipe pistol, and you can get it to almost 5 times stronger, provided that you upgrade it to the hardened receiver. In fact, you can perform most of the upgrades that you want to the 44 pistol without any investment in the gun nut perk. Now, that said, to maximize the damage potential for later on, it's strongly advised that you have the gun nut perk at rank 4 as soon as you are able to. Now, one of the problems with this weapon is that 44 caliber bullets are fairly rare and quite expensive to buy. And this issue is compounded somewhat considering that you could easily miss with this particular weapon if you're not careful. For that reason, I recommend that you either use this weapon in bats or that you're really sure that you're going to hit whatever you're shooting at. Really, I would say a non-legendary 44 pistol is a great option to use until you eventually find and confront Kellogg. Even if you're relatively low on ammo, the 44 pistol is light enough to where it shouldn't be too much of a burden on your carry rate. And acquiring the 44 pistol this early on is worth it in my opinion. Even if you decide not to use it, just pick up the ammo. Number 6, the combat rifle. Now, provided that you don't have any DLC, the combat rifle is the best non-unique and non-legendary rifle in the game. Now, while you can get one of these at level 1, it's more likely that you'll acquire this gun around level 10 or so, or when you go after Kellogg as a part of the main quest. There's a guaranteed location for the combat rifle that's very close to Fort Hagen at a place called Greater Mass Blood Clinic. Once you fight past all of the blood bugs and other large insects in the area, you can go to the roof of the Greater Mass Blood Clinic building, and near one of the dead gunners, you'll find a combat rifle. And you can come here regardless of the player character's level, and a combat rifle will always be here. Now, the combat rifle is a very powerful weapon. Assuming you don't have a unique variant or any other combat rifle with a legendary weapon effect, the combat rifle is the only non-DLC weapon that will maximize the damage potential of 45 caliber ammo in Fallout 4. Now, much later on in the game, the combat rifle will be the second most powerful use of your 38 caliber bullets, and will also maximize the damage potential of your 308 caliber bullets, provided you are able to craft the conversion receivers. Just keep in mind that you need to be like level 39 and have the gun nut perk at level 4, so in order to craft these higher level conversion receivers. I don't think you can really go wrong with the combat rifle. This weapon will outperform the vast majority of other weapons earlier on and even much later on in the game. Plus, if you do manage to save up your bottle caps and you go to Vault 81, you can buy a unique combat rifle called the Overseer's Guardian. That's considered by the community as one of the best guns from the base game. If you take anything away from this particular video, make sure you get a combat rifle. Number 5, the Furious Power Fist. So this is a weapon that's going to be semi-difficult for you to obtain if this is your first time playing through Fallout 4. However, I would say that if you've properly prepared and you've brought a lot of the right weapons, the boss that you're going to have to kill to get this weapon should be pretty easy. What's great is that you can get the Furious Power Fist while you're on your way to rescue the Valentine from the Triggerman. However, it requires that you kill Swan located at Swan's Pond. Really, if you bring something that hits really hard, like a Fat Man, or you're able to strategically put enough distance between you and Swan and constantly pop stim packs, you're probably going to be able to kill Swan on normal mode pretty easily. After that, it's as simple as walking over to his corpse and taking the Furious Power Fist from him. Now, this weapon, but the Furious Power Fist has a built-in legendary weapon effect. What the Furious effect does is it allows you to deal progressively more damage on each consecutive hit. And as far as we know, this effect continues infinitely, meaning that the Furious Power Fist has the potential to be one of the strongest weapons in the game up against enemies with massive amounts of health. Now, while the Furious effect is better with weapons that have higher attack speed, I still think you're going to find that this weapon is really good for unarmed melee builds. Now, this Power Fist is worth getting. You just need to make sure that you have good weapons or a lot of stim packs before you fight Swan. Number 4, Hickman's Blade. Hickman's Blade is a phenomenal combat knife that's acquired at Hickman's Gallery during a quest called Hickman's Gift. While you don't necessarily need to do the quest involved with the weapon, you'll need to know where Hickman's Blade is beforehand, and you'll also need to be able to pick master locks. For players just starting out, I recommend going to Hickman's Gallery and performing the quest involved. What makes Hickman's Blade so good is its legendary weapon effect. The wounding legendary effect deals 25 points of wound damage over time and has the ability to stack for an insane amount of damage. Typically, 2 or 3 swipes from Hickman's Blade can kill most enemies, especially if they're human and have fairly light armor. The only lousy thing about this weapon is that it's a combat knife, which means if you want to get the most out of it, you're probably going to want to be playing without power armor so you can take advantage of the fast attack speed. Plus, you're going to have issues with range up against bigger creatures like behemoths and deathclaws. And you may also have some problems with firelights as well. Even still, the wounding effect can prove to be really powerful on its own, and it will be dealing the most amount of damage to enemies. Overall, Hickman's Blade is really nice against human enemies with very little armor. You may also have a lot of luck against super mutants as well. Number 3, the Righteous Authority. So the Righteous Authority is a laser weapon that is obtained by first helping Paladin Vance and the other Brotherhood of Steel soldiers during fire support at the Cambridge Police Station. After that, you'll begin a quest called Call to Arms, which involves going to ArcGen Systems and killing a bunch of Institute citizens there. When you complete the quest, you'll talk to Paladin Vance, and he gives you this gun. And what's great about the Righteous Authority is that it's very likely that you'll get it as you travel towards Diamond City on your very first playthrough. This is because the Brotherhood appear on the radio very early on. And I would say you're more likely to acquire this the very first time that you play through the game than you would many of the other weapons on this particular list. The first thing the Righteous Authority has going for it is that it's a laser rifle or laser weapon. Laser weapons in general are superior to both laser muskets as well as Institute laser weapons. And you may even find that laser weapons are a better choice than other weapons that use fusion cells and support higher base damage like the Tesla rifle. The second thing that the Righteous Authority has going for it is its legendary weapon effect. The lucky effect for weapons allows the player to charge the critical meter faster, and damage dealt with critical hits now deals double the damage that it normally would have dealt. When you start combining this effect with skills like Critical Banker, Grid Reaper Sprint, and Four-Leaf Clover, the Righteous Authority can utterly massacre enemies. And this combination can make the Righteous Authority an amazing weapon in the later game. Overall, this is a great gun early on as well as later on in the game. And as far as unique variants of laser pistols and rifles go, I think that the Righteous Authority is among the best. Number 2, the Deliverer. Now, this is a weapon that I hesitated to add to this list because there's a good chance that you might not figure out how to get to the railroad until much further on in Fallout 4's story. So I'm including this gun on the list, but I won't say much about specifics to prevent some spoilers for new players. All you really have to do to get this gun is start a quest called Tradecraft, and during the quest, you will have the opportunity to acquire the Deliverer. But again, you'll need to find Railroad first. Now, the Deliverer is a phenomenal pistol and is easily up there as being one of the best pistols in the game. Not only does it contain a very good legendary weapon effect, but it also maximizes the damage potential of 10mm bullets in Fallout 4. While the standard 10mm pistol can be customized to fire like an automatic weapon, the Deliverer is the superior option if you're looking for something that is semi-automatic. The Deliverer is also a heavy VATS user's wet dream too. Not only does the Deliverer have fairly low action point cost for shots to begin with, but this is made even lower with the addition of the VATS enhanced effect. It's possible to rack up a chain of like 10 plus shots in VATS with this gun, scoring countless numbers of criticals along the way. Now, this weapon is going to also be perfect for stealth users too, as it comes with the silencer already. So if you intend on playing a stealth character, the Deliverer will be an excellent choice. This is going to be one of those weapons you can use throughout the entire game once you acquire it. If you do plan on doing any railroad side quests, at least do Tradecraft to get this gun. Number 1, the Fat Man. Not too much of a surprise here on the one hand. On the other, I didn't realize you can get a Fat Man so early on in Fallout 4. It's possible to obtain a Fat Man just after leaving Sanctuary. In fact, you can acquire it very close to where you obtained the 44 pistol at a location called the Robotics Disposal Ground. Now, the Fat Man is on top of one of the cars behind the deactivated sentry bot. Now, when you first acquire this weapon, you'll notice that it doesn't have any ammo. And the problem you're going to have is reliably acquiring mini-nukes this early on in the game. While you can get one at Robotics Disposal Ground near some of the tires, they're quite difficult to come by elsewhere. That said, you should be able to find some other mini-nukes close by at Gorski Cabin, just south of Concord, the U.S. Air Force Satellite Station Olivia, that's slightly southwest of the Robotics Disposal Ground, and another mini-nuke at the wreck of the USS Riptide that you usually pass on your way to Diamond City. I recommend that you check out this video's comment section because there are certainly many other locations for mini-nukes that I haven't included here. Or you can check various wikis, as there are plenty of mini-nukes if you know where to look. Honestly, the Fat Man is really overkill before level 15, and I would say you're probably never going to need to use it before then. In fact, you might be better off saving the mini-nukes you acquire from more difficult enemies that you can find later on. Or if you encounter some incredibly powerful enemy like a behemoth or a deathclaw. If you have Fallout 4's Nuke World DLC, it might be a good idea to save your mini-nukes until you can unlock the Nuke launcher. And once you do that, you can upgrade all your mini-nukes to Nuke, which is just a more powerful version. At the very least, I would say having the Fat Man is better than not having it. Plus, you can get it as soon as you leave Sanctuary, so why not? Alright guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. And as always, take care, and I'll see you all next time. Hey guys, back with another Fallout 4 Countdown video, and today I'd like to go over some of what I think are among the best bobbleheads and perk magazines in Fallout 4. Now, before we start, I'm mostly going to be avoiding collections and focusing more on single items. After all, one bobblehead has a hard time competing with the entire series of the Wasteland Survival Guide. With this set, though, I will be including entire collections if they are compatible with the main item that I'm talking about. So, for example, there are bobbleheads and perk magazines that do the same thing. Well, those things will be included together. However, without further ado, these will be the top 10 best bobbleheads and perk magazines in Fallout 4, starting now. Number 10, the Repair Bobblehead. Now, while this isn't the most powerful bobblehead on this list, this is a great bobblehead if you are a Power Armor user. Now, what this bobblehead does is it boosts fusion core duration by 10%. Which is fairly useful when combined with the Nuclear Physicist perk for Power Armor. And I suspect this bobblehead was included for early game players, as fusion cores tend to drain fairly quickly when you first start out. However, towards the end game, it is nice to have that extra 10% fusion core duration. If you would like to obtain this one, you can find it at Corvega Assembly Plant on the exterior near the blue sphere with the Corvega logo. Now, the bobblehead is on a small stack of crates right in front of the lamp. And if you look at the pictures here, I think you'll have a fairly easy time finding it. Number 9, Total Hack Issue Number 1. Now, while you won't get to use this constantly, the ability to hack protectrons from a terminal can actually be fairly useful, especially in areas like subway stations, where you will usually find a terminal linked to a protectron pod for you to enslave. Now, the way this magazine works is that you read it, and this provides you with the source code for protectrons. And from this point, simply go up to a terminal with a protectron attached, get in, activate the protectron, and then just before you exit out of the terminal, be sure to load the override protectron holotape and select either override alliance parameters to make it your friend, or hijack VIP escort protocols to make it sort of like a companion. Or alternatively, you can choose disengage safety sensors and make it just shoot at everything. Again, while you won't use this thing all of the time, it is nice to have in a situation where you are near a protectron that is in one of those pods, and you have access to the terminal to hack it. Now, as for this thing's location, you will need to go to the Watts Consumer Electronics, and once inside, head to the very bottom through the big hole in the floor and go through one of the doors to get to a room with the door and the terminal. Simply access the terminal to open the door, and the first issue of Total Hack should be right on the desk. Number 8, the Science Bobblehead. Now, while this isn't an incredibly amazing bobblehead, the Science Bobblehead is still fairly useful for those somewhat annoying hacking minigames that you have to perform, and this is because the Science Bobblehead will provide the player with an extra guess. So instead of getting 4 times to hack a terminal, you now actually get 5 times to hack a terminal. And this would prove to be quite useful for some of the more difficult terminals to hack, as that 5th additional time can make hacking advanced, expert, or master terminals far easier. Now, in order to get the Science Bobblehead, you will need to go to the Malden Middle School, which is located in the northeastern part of the map and is very close to the Green Top Nursery Settlement. Now, underneath the middle school is Vault 75, and you're going to have to make your way through Vault 75. However, before you do that, make sure when you get the Vault 75 mission to go ahead in your Pip-Boy and set it to track. And once you've done that, you will need to obtain the lab access key, which is located on the top floor of the diner in the combat simulation area. And once you've got the key, open the first corresponding door, and then from here, you should come upon 3 doors, take one to the left, and keep going until you find an area with a gunner and a desk. Kill the gunner to get the admin access card, and the bobblehead itself should be right there on the desk. Number 7, Scab Issue Number 2. So this is a fairly decent magazine if you're a melee user. However, if you're using Power Armor, I'm not really sure I can recommend this one, as it only provides a damage boost for the Combat Knife, Switchblade, and Disciple Blade, all of which are weapons that end up attacking at their fastest, provided that the player is not wearing Power Armor. However, if you aren't using Power Armor or you just don't care, a 25% damage boost is fairly significant. And if you consider that Hickman's Blade and the Throat Slicer are fairly powerful weapons with the legendary wounding effect, you may want to go ahead and get this issue. To get this magazine, you'll need to go to the junkyard that's to the west of Yucatan, USA. And from there, enter the large warehouse and make your way to the upper floor. And once you're on the upper floor, just follow the path, kill the animatronic turret, and then go to the desk, and you should find issue number 2. Number 6, the lock-picking bobblehead plus the Tumblers Today Perk magazines. So the lock-picking bobblehead does pretty much what you would expect, and that is to make picking locks far easier. And like the science bobblehead, this will still require you to invest in the locksmith perk to help you pick advanced, expert, and master locks, but the lock-picking bobblehead will increase the size of the sweet spot for your bobby pins. So instead of having a microscopic area for picking master locks, you will now have a much larger area. And it's also worth mentioning that the lock-picking bobblehead has good synergy with the Tumblers Today magazines, which pretty much do the same thing. Now, to get the bobblehead, you'll need to go to Pikmin's gallery and go to where Pikmin is in the sewer area. Now, the bobblehead should be near one of the trash can lights right next to Pikmin himself. As for the Fenn Street sewer, and be sure to go through this entire area. And once you enter the final area with stairs that go up really high, look to your left for an archway, and the issue should be on a short set of drawers. The third issue is located in West Roxbury Station, and when looking for the third issue, be sure to keep an eye out for a skeleton couple on a bench holding some money and some day tripper. Then head towards an open door, and the issue should be located in one of the lockers. The fourth issue is located in Malden Center, and you'll need to take an elevator to the bottom level, but you will eventually enter a room where you can see raiders and Sims fighting each other. And upon entering this room, go through the red train car on your right, and then the issue should be on the shelf to your left. The final issue is located at Poseidon Energy Turbine 18-F. Simply enter and follow the railing in this area to the bottom, and the issue should be located on a shelf within one of the metal rooms. While you may not necessarily need all of these, having both the bobblehead and a few issues of Tumblers Today will make you far more effective at lockpicking. Number 5, the Wasteland Survival Guide, issue number 9. So without a doubt, the 9th issue of the Wasteland Survival Guide is one of the better magazines available. And what this does is it allows you to collect double the meat from each animal you kill. So instead of just getting one rat stag or bull rat meat, you will now get 2. And as you can imagine, this does wonders for survival mode, as it will pretty much ensure that you never run out of basic healing items, and you will never run out of ways to combat your hunger. Just be sure to remember to cook all of the meat that you acquire from enemies to prevent contracting some kind of disease. The 9th issue of the Wasteland Survival Guide is located at Sunshine Tidings Co-op. You'll need to check the small shack on the hill near the 4 large canisters, and inside there should be 2 ghouls and a dead settler. And once you've dispatched the ghouls, the magazine should be right next to a red chest. Number 4, the Sneak Bobblehead and the Covert Ops Perk magazines. It should probably go without saying, but both of these items will help make you more difficult to detect by a certain percentage amount. Now, the Sneak Bobblehead provides a 10% bonus, while each Covert Ops magazine provides 4%, up to a total of 40% if you have all 10 of the Covert Ops magazines. This is actually pretty significant when you consider that the Sneak perk at rank 4 or higher will make you 50% harder to detect. So if you had all of the Covert Ops magazines, a Sneak Bobblehead, and your Sneak perk was at rank 4 or higher, you would be 100% harder to detect, effectively making you 2 times more difficult to detect than normal. As for locations for all of these, there are a lot, but let's start with the bobblehead. Now, the bobblehead can be found in Dunwich Borders near the Station 4 terminal. And if you're unsure where this is the last terminal you will encounter before you enter the area where you can receive Kremba's tooth. Now, issue 1 of the Covert Ops magazine is located at the Lexington switchboard that you can visit during tradecraft. Now, as soon as you enter what appears to be the switchboard proper, head up the stairs and the perk magazine should be on the desk. Issue 2 is located on the USS Constitution's interior on a small table in the captain's quarters, and you may have to unlock this area with a master lockpicking skill. Issue number 3 is located at the Federal Ration Stockpile. Now, this is in Red Tourette's quarters, Just make sure you go through the area, and it's at the very end of the area. Issue 4 is located at the abandoned shack in the glowing sea at the very bottom near an army chest. Issue 5 is located at Fort Strong in one of the offices to your right once you enter the building, and you'll need to unlock a door, but the perk magazine should be lying on a desk. Issue number 6 is located in Fort Hagen and is in the room with the bed that you can sleep on just before you fight Kellogg. Issue number 7 is located at Libertalia near the top of the largest ship. Don't actually enter the captain's quarters, as the perk magazine is on a platform just outside. Issue number 8 is located at the National Guard training yard. Now, you're going to need to obtain the key to get through the first building, and once you do that, walk through the gated entrance into the second building, and then make your way through the second building until you come upon a room with a large hole in the middle. Then jump down the hole, go through a couple of archways, and the magazine should be on the table. Issue number 9 is located at the Revere satellite array. Just go up the stairs for the centermost platform, and the perk magazine should be up there. And finally, issue number 10 is at the USAF satellite station Olivia. Simply hack the first terminal that you see to open the locked room, and the 10th issue should be right next to a mini-me. While that is a lot of locations, and it can be exhausting to get all of those things, the boost to your sneak skill is going to be significant. And if you are playing a stealth character, I would argue that having the sneak bobblehead as well as all of the covert ops magazines is essential. Number 3, your special book. So there's a pretty good chance that you're aware of this magazine, as it can be acquired at the very beginning of Fallout 4. Upon returning to Sanctuary Hills, enter your house and go to Baby Sean's room, and this magazine or book should be right under the wooden piece of furniture next to Sean's crib. Now, what the Your Special magazine does is it allows the player to permanently boost any one of their special stats by just 1 point. So, in a certain sense, think of this like you would for all the other special stat bobbleheads, except instead of being confined to one special stat, you can choose any special stat. While you are normally limited to a max of 10 for each stat, there are some exploits involving chems that allow you to use this magazine to boost a given special stat to 11. All you have to do is make sure that you've reached 10 in the given special stat that you want to boost. Then you're going to need to take a chem that has a corresponding debuff to the particular special stat that you're trying to boost. So, for example, if you're trying to boost strength to 11, what you need to do is find something like Day Tripper. You need to take it, then quickly walk over to the Your Special magazine, read it, boost your strength, and then wait for the effects to wear off, and you should have 11 strength. Now, in case you screw it up, I highly recommend that you save your game first before attempting this, but if you do manage to pull it off, it is possible to achieve 12 in a specific special stat by then acquiring the corresponding bobblehead. So if you try to boost strength to 11, if you acquire the strength bobblehead, you will get a special stat of 12. So if you want really high special stats, I highly recommend that you save all of your bobbleheads and also save the Your Special magazine. Number 2, Scav issue number 5. So the fifth issue of the Scav magazine is amazing for melee players, as it has the potential to boost your strength and endurance the lower amount of caps you have. Now, if you have 10,000 caps or lower, you will gain +1 to both strength and endurance. If you have 1,000 caps or lower, you will gain +2 to both strength and endurance. And if you have lower than 100 caps, you will receive a +3 bonus to both strength and endurance. So as you have lower caps, the more powerful you become. While it can prove to be somewhat of a pain to keep your amount of caps low, provided your charisma is fairly high, you could start buying up cheap ammo to help kind of store your caps. Then when you need money, simply sell ammo to obtain the caps you need to buy whatever it is that you want. Or you can really do this with any items. I just find that it works the best with things like 38 caliber ammo and 5mm ammo. But if you want this magazine, it's acquired in the Dry Rock Gulch employee area. Now, The magazine itself is located on a small table on top of the building in the middle of the compound. Now, you are going to have to restore power to get in here. However, if you're crafty, you can find some jumps to help you get inside before actually completing the DLC. So that's pretty cool. But ultimately, once you get in, look for some ramps, and they'll take you up to that central building, and you should be able to get the magazine pretty easily. Number 1, the Explosives Bubblehead and Scav issue number 4. So, out of all of the weapon-based bubbleheads, the Explosives Bubblehead is by far the best of the bunch. And this is because it simply boosts explosive damage, which will consistently improve everything from explosive grenades, Batman or missile launchers, and even weapons with the explosive legendary weapon effect. In addition, the 4th issue of the Scav magazine from Nickelworld also provides a similar but weaker buff. And for the sake of comparison between the two, the Explosives Bubblehead provides a 15% boost to explosive damage, while the 4th issue of Scav provides a 5% boost. Both of these items are really a must if you plan on using any explosive type weapons, and should provide you with an additional damage boost in conjunction with the Demolition Expert perk. And I would say if you plan on using the Demolition Expert perk, you're going to really want both the Explosive Bubblehead and Scav issue number 4. As for the locations, the Explosives Bubblehead is located in the Sonic Ironworks, and you'll need to defeat Slag, who is a named raider wearing power armor in this area. And once Slag and his followers are defeated, you should be able to find the Explosives Bubblehead right next to a chest on a racket mount with some circuitry. And as for Scav issue number 4, it's available in the Grandchester Mystery Mansion from Nickelworld and is located in the attic. Just be sure to look to your right as soon as you enter the attic. But alright guys, I think that's going to wrap up this particular video. If you like this video, feel free to leave a like, click the bell to join the notification. You're watching Finally Puma Gaming. So Fallout 4 is a massive game with tons of different things for you to do, but there's a struggle sometimes to figure out what you want to do once you've completed the vast majority of the game's quests and explored most of the areas that the game can provide. So today, I figured I would go over 10 things that you can do if you're bored and if you've beaten a lot of the game already. Before we start, while this list is somewhat ordered, I'm going to have to say that none of these particular choices or things to do are really any better than the others. So even if something makes it to the number 1 spot on this list, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's better than the number 10 spot. The other thing that's worth mentioning is that this list combines some things that you can do when you're bored, as well as some things you can do once you've beaten the game. And I am going to assume that if you're watching this video, you've at least beaten the main story, and if you haven't and you're wanting to avoid some light spoilers, well, you've been warned. But without further ado, these are the top 10 things to do in Fallout 4 when you're bored or after you've beaten it, starting now. Number 10, download some mods. This one is pretty obvious, but now that all the versions of Fallout 4 have mods for it, one thing that can bring a lot of life back to this game is to download some mods. Of course, the PC version will be the best platform in this regard, since there are no limits on the amount of mods that you can install. And while things may change later on down the road, the Xbox One is currently limited to 2 gigabytes of storage for mods, while the PS4 is limited to both 2 gigabytes and you can't add new assets to the game. Another advantage of the PC version in this regard is that you aren't permanently restricted to getting your mods from Bethesda.net, and you have several other places to get your mods. Probably the most notable place to get your mods is from NexusMods.com. When Fallout 4 first launched, Nexus Mods was the place to go to get mods, and in my personal opinion, is still really the best place. You'll also find that most modders now also port their mods across all platforms, so you may see a mod that starts off on NexusMods.com that ends up on Bethesda.net, and vice versa.
Oh, Machete's play on the third line. Okay, we're proposing. Oh, why did Tori Perry play on their second line on Drew? It's losing down.
You can get everything from visual improvement mods, weapon mods, and even some quest mods as well. And what's also great is
Warren Lingard goaltender's out.
As long as the community is around, you pretty much have an endless supply of mods. So that's pretty great. Ultimately, it keeps the game alive a lot longer. Number 9, play with cheats. Assuming that you've beaten the game without cheats before, it might be fun to start a brand new character and play all over again. Except this time, you can use some cheats. Now, there's a good chance that you already know what the best weapons in the game are, so why not enter some console commands or use some cheat mods that allow you to start off with some of the best gear in the game? Or maybe you can go through a list where the items from the DLCs are also included in this developer room as well. Now, on console, you're not going to have access to console commands, so what you can do instead is download a mod called the Cheat Terminal, which allows you to do most of the things that I've discussed here. The cheat terminal for Xbox One allows you to have God mode, infinite ammo, infinite carry weight, and you can also do things like add various items to your inventory, and you can also teleport to the secret developer room with this mod downloaded. Unfortunately, and at least for the time being, the cheat terminal is not available for the PS4, so you will need to download other mods like the cheat room or cheat containers. Just keep in mind that these two mods don't do everything that the cheat terminal does, but it does the vast majority of those things. Playing with cheats can be pretty fun for a little while, especially if you're looking for something to do. Number 8, build settlements. If you're into world creation games like Minecraft, Fallout 4 has a settlement system that should allow you to build a wide variety of different objects to mess around with. Now first, you're going to have a fairly hard time acquiring the resources you need. So it would behoove you to either use console commands on the PC version to obtain the settlement resources you need, or download a console mod like the Cheat Terminal, which will give you the ability to spawn as many items as you need. Now from there, you can pretty much go ahead and start to build your own custom settlements. Maybe you could design certain themes around your settlements. So perhaps one settlement could be more like a farm, where you focus on specific resources like purified water, various types of plants, or something else. Or maybe you could design a more military-based settlement where your settlers are equipped with some of the best armors and weapons. And you could probably also add some artillery cannons to that settlement as well. Now, I think you'll ultimately find that the settlement system is a lot better with mods. You can install some mods that will allow you to remove a lot of the trash and other clutter that's present in some settlements. And you can even add some new settlements or download overhaul mods that greatly improve the look and feel of certain settlements. Editing, modifying, and building in your settlements can provide you with hours of fun and hours of stuff that you can do. You may find that you won't really ever have to leave Sanctuary just by messing around with the settlement building system. Number 7, mess around with chems. So chems in Fallout 4 are pretty powerful and allow you to gain some impressive abilities upon consuming them. It is recommended that you have both the chemist and chem-resistant perks maxed out before you decide to mess with chems, as you can remove the possibility of addiction, as well as increase the length of time that the status effects are active. Most of your stat boosting drugs like XL, Mentats, and Psycho are pretty straightforward. However, Jet in Fallout 4 is pretty fun to mess around with, as it allows you to slow time, and it also alters some of the game's physics while time is slow. You may notice that you could jump a little bit higher and stay up in the air a little bit longer while Jet is active. And you can also get some boosted fire rate and significantly reduced recoil on most weapons, which should allow you to unload into an enemy's face a lot easier when Jet's effects are active. And what's also great about Jet is that it's one of the easiest chems in the game to craft. All you need is 2 fertilizer and 1 plastic to craft one. And provided you've built your settlements up and you've got some Brahmin, 1 Brahmin will produce 1 fertilizer per day. Now, there are some other interesting chems that you can play around with, like Overdrive, which boosts damage and allows for random critical hits like you saw in previous Fallout games. There are Sludge Packs, which boost your radiation, which makes builds that rely on radiation a little more practical. And then, of course, there's Calmex or Calmex Silk, which boosts your sneak attack multiplier. Ultimately, chems are pretty fun to use, although I would say out of all of them, my favorite one to use is probably Jet. Number 6, mess around with the Power Armor Jetpack. So once you get to a certain point in the Brotherhood of Steel quest line, or provided your science and armor perks are high enough, you can build a customization for your power armor that allows you to rocket up to places that you couldn't normally reach. Even relatively low structures in places like Sanctuary Hills are now accessible, provided that you've attached a jetpack to your power armor. Now, the jetpack consumes a portion of your fusion core as well as your action points. So you'll generally find that the best way to increase your flight or propulsion time is to help make your fusion core usage more efficient and also try to acquire more action points for your character. There's a set of unique combat armor leg pieces known as the freefall armor that can only be acquired by going to mass fusion with the power armor jetpack and traversing the area to get to the chest where they're located. So it is worth acquiring a jetpack customization from the Brotherhood or by crafting one yourself. If you're not a fan of power armor, you can actually download some mods that will allow you to use a jetpack without having to wear power armor. And you can also download some mods that enhance the jetpack's potential where the action point drain is lower, or you can download some mods that remove the flight time limit so you can fly really high up into the air. Now, using the jetpack will allow you to get to previously impossible to reach areas both with and without mods, and you may find that this can be pretty fun. You may also find that it's useful in combat. What you can do is you can quickly rocket yourself up into the air and then fall, and the ensuing fall will stagger surrounding enemies. Number 5, do some role-playing. While Bethesda eliminated the variety and dialogue options and consequences of those options that we saw in previous Fallout games, you can still do a limited amount of roleplay in your new playthroughs in Fallout 4. Perhaps your first playthrough was mostly a good guy type playthrough. Maybe you could do a second playthrough where you try to kill almost every NPC that you come across. Something that you may not have realized is that Fallout 4's only essential faction leader is Preston Garvin. And this means you could feasibly kill the heads of the Railroad, Institute, and the Brotherhood of Steel the very first time that you meet them. And this is kind of bizarre since the Minutemen are traditionally considered to be a good faction, where you as their leader are ultimately a murdering psychopath. So I guess there's sort of some irony there. Something else you could do is plan out a specific build based on one of the faction types that you find throughout the game. Let's say you want to be a Brotherhood soldier. Maybe you do some of the Brotherhood quests, and you act like the Brotherhood does in the game by being really mean to super mutants and ghouls, and maybe you treat Nick Valentine like crap. Or maybe you decide that you want to be a Raider so you can complete the Nuka War DLC and conquer the rest of the Commonwealth that way. For the most part, I'd say the possibilities here are endless.
He is definitely leading the NHL in points, not surprising. So I hope he keeps that up.
You can't play as like robots.
That's a sick-ass name, actually.
Creatures, but you could probably download and find some mods that will allow you to do that as well. Role-playing still has a place in Fallout 4, and you might just find that you can have some fun while doing it. Number 4, play on survival/very hard mode. So if you've beaten the game a couple times on normal mode or lower, I actually recommend that you go ahead and try playing this game on a higher difficulty level. Provided you have the 1.5 patch or newer installed for Fallout 4, survival mode will be updated to require you to occasionally drink water, eat food, and sleep in beds. You can also contract diseases, which will negatively affect your stats by increasing the amount of damage you can take,